Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for spending your time with me, all you DynamicsCon members. Super excited to be part of the first DynamicsCon of many. I'm Judy Weston, the Strategic Channel Sales Manager for Microsoft Dynamics here at SPS Commerce. I've been with SPS for about 15 years. The first 5 years of my career, I sold EDI outsourcing to suppliers and companies like yourselves. And for the last 10 years, I've been in the Microsoft channel working with partners and our customers who use a Microsoft product. So welcome. Let's talk a little bit about the agenda today. I'm going to spend some time talking about the EDI landscape and what that looks like today, what the SPS full service EDI approach is, as well as how EDI plays into the procure to pay, which not a lot of people think about. What our support model looks like, and then lastly, we'll be looking at questions. If that sounds like what you signed up for today, let's get started. In the last 20 years of experience, EDI experience at SPS Commerce we find that our customers fall into one of these four buckets. I like to call this slide the evolution of EDI. So imagine at the left, you are a startup business and maybe you make Wonder Woman bracelets and you get to sell your Wonder Woman bracelets to Target. Target picks you up. Great, fantastic. Target says, hey, Judy, you need to do EDI. Well, what is that? Okay, well, we have a portal site that you can use. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to get my orders, send my invoices and my ship notices right through this portal site. Well, as my business grows and more people buy Wonder Woman bracelets, I'm starting to get requests from Walmart and Amazon. And this is all fantastic problems to have, right? Because I'm selling my product to more and more retailers and my business is growing, but so are my EDI requirements. Because Target's EDI requirements are different than Walmart's EDI requirements, than Amazon's EDI requirements. So now I'm going to multiple portal sites and trying to figure out what does everybody want from me. So add to that, I've been running QuickBooks for a few years and maybe I've added Fishbowl to that and I'm trying to Frankenstein an ERP together and I get to a point where I need to actually make some investments in system, in technology and automation, or I throw people and resources at that. So most of our customers we find are in one of these four buckets, and I'm sure that you probably recognize your company in at least one of those, or maybe you're between at the moment. So from an EDI perspective, trading partner needs are very complex. And I kind of alluded to this on the last slide. There are different requirements for different EDI retailers. Unfortunately, Amazon, Walmart, Target, and Kroger don't get into a room and try to decide how to make EDI easy for my Wonder Woman bracelet company. They have their own requirements, their own systems that they need to worry about. And it's up to me as a company to understand what those trading partner requirements are. So for example, Kroger requires somewhere between 4 to 6 document types and 7-Eleven only has 5. The communication is also required by or is mandated by each one of those trading partners as well. So you'll see that this can get very confusing very quickly. Last year, SPS proactively managed an average of 9,000 changes in our network. And we'll talk a little bit about what our network looks like in a minute. So, I mean, wow, that's a lot of changes to keep track of. So add to that the uniqueness of your D365 instance. We know that you have unique requirements and ways that you do things, and maybe Walmart sends part number 1, 2, 3, and in your system, it's part number ABC. You need to be able to account for those changes from an EDI perspective so that your orders are being imported into Dynamics in the way that's usable for your company. So that's another element that you need to keep in mind when you're looking at an EDI solution. In the past couple of decades, what SPS has recognized as a successful EDI implementation and deployment, as well as ongoing, 7 things are required. You absolutely have to have the technology. So there has to be a software component that allows the import and export of documents to and from Dynamics. Secondly, you need trading partner expertise, and that means knowing what the trading partner requirements are, what documents they're going to require of you, the order fulfillment models that you're going to be responsible for, and then all of the mapping. Add to that the design and configuration, making sure that those orders and invoices and ASNs are populated correctly within Dynamics. The trading partner communication is very important. Walmart is an AS2 connection, and other trading partners might be VAN or Secure FTP. You have to be able to connect the way that those retailers want to connect. Testing and launch, as we all know, I'm sure we've been through many an IT operation or implementation. Testing and launch is the most important part, right? Making sure that everybody is getting the information in the formats that they need to have it in. So testing all those different order management models and the different document types. Of course, external support is important, making sure that you have access to getting answers to questions in a timely manner when you need to. And last and certainly not least, that proactive monitoring and analysis, making sure that somebody is paying attention to your documents to make sure that they're being received in a timely manner. And then also analyzing your entire EDI operations and noticing trends. Hey, this Walmart ASN seems to be failing. Is there something that we can do differently to make sure that Walmart, you don't get a chargeback from Walmart? And what we've also found in the EDI market is that many solutions only meet part of your needs. They give you a piece of technology that is up to you in order to design and configure. They may help you with a little bit of that design and configuration, and then they offer limited external support. So what that means when you buy a piece of technology, EDI technology, is that you better have somebody at your company who is either an EDI expert, or you buy it not knowing that you're going to have somebody within your business is going to have to become an EDI expert. So buyer beware. So what can happen in those instances is somebody at my Wonder Woman bracelet company has to become an EDI expert. And inevitably what happens is when you're learning something new, you're slow at it. You tend to make mistakes, and those types of mistakes can be very costly from an EDI perspective. You can get chargebacks from your retailers. You can also get a bad scorecard, and ultimately can lead to losing a customer. So what does the SPS Commerce full service EDI approach look like? So the SPS Commerce solution that we promise to our customers is we believe in people, process, and technology. We need to have all three of those in order to have a successful EDI implementation. Market leading technology, we've been doing this for 20 years. In the Microsoft Dynamics space, we've been doing it for 15. We have solutions for finance and operations, Business Central, AX, NAV, GP, and also SalesPad. So we've got a check in the box on the technology side. We also have a team of experts. You can expect us to lead the process and implementation, insulate you from those requirement details, let SPS worry about that, and then offer you training and support ongoing. Last and certainly not least, a proven ongoing process. So in the last 20 years, we've been building the largest trading partner network, and we have over 50 people who work on our retail team, and their job is to reach out to the buying organizations in our network and make sure that SPS Commerce is kept abreast of any changes or any new programs that are going on, so that our customers and SPS is not surprised when our customers make changes, which they do on average 9,000 times a year. So the SPS network that I alluded to in the other slide, I'd like to talk a little bit about that. We started building this network in the year 2000 when a division of Sears called Orchard Supply Hardware came to SPS and said, listen, we have 3,000 suppliers that we're sending orders to, and we're faxing and we're emailing, and things are getting lost, and we really want to set up EDI with all 3,000 of these vendors, but we just don't have the capabilities of doing that. So SPS, can you help? To which we said, of course. So SPS, and by the way, this used to be my job at SPS when I first started, was reaching out to all of those Orchard Supply suppliers and educating them on the program, why Orchard Supply wants to do EDI, what benefits are in it for the supplier, and gave them options on how to become EDI compliant. If you have an EDI solution, great. We'll test and certify on behalf of Orchard Supply Hardware, and then SPS steps out of it. If you don't have a solution, we would offer the SPS Fulfillment standalone portal so that our customers could get the orders from Orchard Supply Hardware. So fantastic. Through those conversations, with those suppliers, they were saying things like, well, hey, I need to connect with Walmart. Do you guys work with Walmart? Or I need to connect with, at the time, Kmart or Cabela's or Loblaw or Costco. And so through those conversations, we started to build out connections and maps to every one of those retailers. And fast forward 20 years, we have over 3,000 buying organizations that are in our network with over 80,000 pre-mapped connections. And then through those conversations, we also, our customers want to connect to 3PLs. And so we now have over 1,000 3PLs in our network as well. So a couple of security certifications that we're pretty proud of. And yeah, we've been building this this network for 20 years and we're pretty proud of what we built. So we offer all of that to our customers. So a little bit about our experience with Microsoft, I alluded to before. We've been working with Microsoft products for 15 years. We basically automate with everything that's out there right now, whether it's past or future. We have over 3,000 customers, and we have dedicated project teams that work with our Microsoft customers, as well as dedicated support teams. So if you call in with a question, your call will be routed to somebody who works with our Dynamics customers. A little bit about kind of the evolution of our products that we offer to our customers. If you think about that blue box as the EDI order data that we started out with, our customers absolutely need that. But through the years, we've recognized other opportunities. And I think the hottest one right now is that item data. Because as you know, as we all know, people have been staying home more and ordering from .com sites and having items shipped to them directly. Well, what that means is that those buying organizations like the Amazons of the world want item data. They want to be able to put item data on their website, and we as consumers demand that as well. So that's not an easy thing to do for small companies, or for any company for that matter, because every single one, like EDI, every single one of the buying organizations wants that data in a different format. So SPS has solutions that help consolidate that so that you're not having to send this information to Amazon and this information to Wayfair. On the other side, from the buyer side, a lot of buying organizations are now starting to share data with their suppliers on things like inventory information and sell-through data. But again, they're sending that data in all different file formats. And so SPS has solutions that allow our customers to, we aggregate that data and we can provide it into a data feed where they might use that with some of their other BI tools to augment that, or we can put that on a website and give you some reporting that our customers are able to take action on. And then last but not least, that supplier onboarding that I talked about with Orchard Supply Hardware. We don't just do that for big companies like Costco. We also do it for really small companies, not unlike the Wonder Woman bracelet company. I can also send orders to maybe my 3 or 4 vendors that I work with. So it's just another solution that we offer to our customers. And kind of back to the EDI world for a minute here. What SPS does is really untangle the complexity of EDI. And by that, I mean, this graphic is kind of the old way of doing EDI. And if some of you are doing EDI this way, I don't mean any offense, because this was the way that it was done back in the day. It was your only option. So basically, you find a customer, let's call it Amazon. Amazon tells you how you're going to connect to them. You collect the specifications for Amazon for the orders, the invoices, the acknowledgments, whatever it is that they're going to require you to do. turn that X12 into, do the translation and mapping, and then the last mile of integration into D365. You go through the testing and congratulations, you are successfully flowing data with Amazon. Then we go to Walmart. They have different requirements for connectivity. They have different requirements for documents. Their specifications are different. Their maps are different. That translation level is going to be different as well. So you can kind of see that this becomes complex very quickly, and managing these point-to-point mappings can be somebody, or maybe somebody and a half's full-time job. The SPS Commerce Model is, we build out to the retailers and the buying organizations that are in our network one time. So we handle that connectivity piece. We build out those maps one time. So all of our customers that are doing business with Amazon, their data flows on the same maps. We don't build a specific map for each one of our customers. So for instance, Walmart has 2,500 different of their customers are getting their orders through SPS. So what that means for our customers is a couple of things. It means there's a faster time to value because we are not building something special for you. We're adding you to a network that already exists. There's a high degree of reliability because we can't afford for something to happen in Walmart for them to make a change in their mappings and not let SPS know about it. And thirdly, and this is really where we can help our customers, I was talking about that department that their job is just to reach out to our retailers and make sure that we know of any changes. If we need to pick up the phone and call Walmart on your behalf, they will answer because they know that we represent 2,500 of their customers. So, but multiply that Walmart by 3,000 customer or 3,000 buying organizations that are pre-built in our data center. The second thing we do is we look at all 4 of these trading partner requirements for an order, and we know that they're going to be different. So what we do is we create one single file format to get into your instance of D365. So we're not looking at getting 4 different flavors of a purchase order into D365. We're looking at getting one file into D365. And the other, on the way out, those return documents, that advanced ship notice and invoice, you don't have to know what Walmart requires on an invoice versus Costco requires on an invoice versus what Wayfair requires on an invoice. You send us all of the information on an invoice, and SPS will parse out what each one of those trading partners require, send it to them in the way that they want to receive it through the connectivity that they require. So if you think about it, you no longer have 4 trading partners over on the left-hand side. Think of SPS Commerce as your trading partner. And let us parse out all of the different requirements and worry about what those satisfying those requirements on your behalf. The other thing that we have that complements our automated solution with D365 is that standalone fulfillment solution that I talked about before. This is always running in the background. So when we send an order to D365 or to Dynamics, we are also sending an order to the fulfillment solution in a human readable format, so that if you ever need to, this is a great disaster recovery plan. There are also different document types that it just doesn't make sense to automate. For instance, there's an 864 text message. Well, there's no place for that to live in Dynamics. So we can just post it up on the website here in a human readable format so that you can be aware of it, but not necessarily have to do anything with it. I wanted to talk a little bit about Procure to Pay, because this is really kind of the forgotten part of EDI. Most of the customers that we see are on that left side, right? When you're selling to trading partners and they're mandating what they want you to do, and either you'll do it this way or we won't do business with you. But there is also the other side. And what can happen when you're ordering from your supplier community, whether it's 2 suppliers or 2,000 suppliers, it's really hard to manage if you're doing email orders or fax orders and you're missing acknowledgments, not knowing when you're going to receive the inventory at your warehouse. And it can be a really reactive versus proactive relationship. And that's really where EDI can provide a lot of value to our customers when they send out orders to their vendor community. And just wanted to give you the full picture of what an EDI operation, an automated EDI operation could look like. The customers, of course, trading partners on your left, managing all of those requirements and standardizing those documents to and from your instance of Dynamics, and then also being able to send out orders, receive confirmations, and ship notices and invoices back from your suppliers. The nice thing about the buy side is that you as a company are putting forth the requirements. So you can decide which document types are going to be the best for your business, along with SPS, because we know the industry so well that we'll give you guidance on, hey, it's probably not a good idea to ask for this piece of information. We find that it's hard for suppliers to supply that, so maybe ask for this instead. So you get the benefit of SPS's 20 years of experience in doing this, in automating those data exchanges on behalf of our customers and buying organizations. So we've done this over 750 times, like I mentioned, very small to very large operations. We connect over 2,700 suppliers and buying organizations per month. So we've done this a time or two. So from a support perspective, what you can expect from SPS during your implementation as well as ongoing. So SPS and you can expect our project team to lead the project, to make sure that we're hitting milestones, keep you updated on timelines, when we might need your involvement in a project so that you can account for that. SPS trading partners, you can count on us to call Walmart or Wayfair or whomever of your trading partners we need to, should we need to, if there's a question or if we need to get ready for testing to make sure that everything's production ready, we will do that on your behalf. And last and certainly not least, SPS training and education. And we offer training not just through the implementation, but let's say I hire somebody new at Wonder Woman Bracelets. SPS offers live training, chat training. We have video training, one-on-one training. The training is ongoing and not just during the implementation. And our promise to you is threefold. Our goal is to be the easiest solution to use to insulate you from changes, to deliver personalized expertise, meaning account for the unique processes that you have within Dynamics. And number three, you can count on us to make sure that we are paying attention to what's going on in the market so that we can continue to bring you value and products that will complement the EDI solution that you're using. And we're with you every step of the way. From the setup, we take the lead with all of the retailers, through the testing, which is usually the most time-consuming part because we're going to test every one of those documents and we are going to do end-to-end testing. Now, 30% of the time, we don't have to test because of our relationships with those buying organizations, but we're still going to test between SPS and Dynamics to make sure that orders are populating the way that you want to see it. Go live, we are with you all the way through the go live. We continue to monitor data. When we all agree that the solution is stable, then we transition you over to support, where we're proactively monitoring your data and also making suggestions to you if we see trends in your EDI data. One thing that should be noted here is all other EDI providers take you about halfway through step 1. So 1.5 through step 4 are either up to someone at your company, you hire an EDI person, or you work with a consultant that would do all of this on your behalf. So in summary, what does this mean to you? From SPS Commerce, we get a check in the box on every one of those 7 elements that we talked about earlier. So you can have confidence that we are providing full service EDI solution that does not require an EDI coordinator at your business. And lastly, I want to address a question that I get quite often at in-person trade shows and also when I talk to companies in the dynamic space. And it is, Judy, all EDI providers kind of sound alike. How do you compare to your competition? And there aren't any full service EDI providers out there like SPS, but there's a couple of stats that I just wanted to leave you with. Last year, 780 companies came from another EDI provider to SPS Commerce. And to that, you would probably say, okay, great. Well, you got the customer and you got them live, but did they stay with you? And we are extremely proud and always striving for more of our retention rate, which is 86%. And then there's a nice quote from one of our customers below there. So I certainly do appreciate you spending time with me today. Contact information is below. I look forward to hearing from you. And please enjoy your time at DynamicsCon. Thank you.